why we're on campus today is really twofold. So firstly, it's to raise awareness of RB as a graduate employer.
To talk about our graduate scheme that we have with Abercrombie & Fitch.
It's an informal opportunity for you to find out a bit more about us and our vacancies.
Because we want to make as many students aware of us as possible.
We're here today because Selex Galileo has identified that the University of Nottingham produces very competent and capable students that we're looking to recruit into our business.
We hired over 300 graduates last year into our graduate programme. We're keen to get some more Nottingham University students, as I know they're highly sought after.
And secondly, it's about us being on campus and interacting with students on a one-on-one basis. We've got a couple of graduates with us today as well who are currently on the scheme, and they can really help bring to life about what it's like to work at RB and just answer really any questions that the graduates might have at the fair.
And as a secondary objective, we're here to raise our company's brand awareness.
My best advice for students making the best of this event would be really try and interact with the grads. 12 months ago the grads were in your position, so this is the best chance for you to get any questions you might have across to not the HR directors, not the HR or consultants, it's those people that are really in that position. You can really try and understand what the role's about, the company's about, and to be honest a wider array of information regarding the grad scheme. My best advice.
So I would encourage students to read through the event guide prior to attending the event and maybe research companies that they're not really aware of, so that will leave them in a position where they can ask more appropriate questions on the day.
We often get asked questions from international students if we would accept applications from them. Cummins are an international company. We do take international students on a regular basis and we're happy to receive their applications along with everyone else's.
We get lots of questions. We've just been talking to a couple just now, so everything from what do we wear at work, where are you based. I think for us, you know, the fact that we're international now is really appealing, so they want to know how quickly could they move on to an international opportunity. The interesting thing for Dyson, I guess really for us, is more about perhaps you don't know what you want to do, so come and talk to us today and we'll give you lots of ideas, because we've not only got jobs in marketing and creative and technology, but also IT, legal. So it's not only what do I do the day that I start, but what does my induction look like and how are you going to develop me and how quickly you're going to move me on to my next kind of career move or job.
We do remember students for impressors, particularly if they have come with some sense of exactly what they're looking for out of the day, and it's why we're here really. So if a student comes up to us and has shown a little bit of interest in the charity and has demonstrated that they have the kind of credentials that we're looking for and are excited and motivated about it, then we will take their names down. We will quite openly ask them to kind of give us our details, and then we will follow up with them afterwards, because at the end of the day, I mean, I think what sometimes students might not realise is that it's the people on the stands that you're talking to who you might actually wind up being interviewed by as well. So it's well worth kind of coming in and trying to make a good impression if you can, as we would to them.
Okay, if you want to bring along your CV, that's great, but as you can see, we've brought the iPad along today, and what we've done is loaded up all of those jobs for you to have a look at. We've got job descriptions there. If you haven't brought the CV, please don't worry. What you can do is pop online really and apply when it's good for you.
I think definitely get along their CV. It gives us something extra to look over, and it gets them to get all their information about themselves and all the things they want to show off to us without standing here for the next hours explaining it all.
We don't expect students to come really smartly dressed. This is an informal event for you to learn more about our company and what we've got to offer. We're interested in the person, not what you're wearing.
Students should wear what they wear. We're in their environment here, so it's not something that we would take into consideration at all here. If they were to come to an interview with us or on our graduate programme, then yes, that's where thought needs to be considered, but for us it's not something that we would worry or consider.
Very useful, yeah. I've come across two companies I wasn't expecting to find. I wouldn't find any companies at all, so that's been really good. And doing jobs that I wouldn't really have thought of but could easily get into despite not having a degree orientated towards that at all, so that's been really good.
And certainly the same for me. There are quite a few companies that I didn't know would I'm doing ancient history, and I didn't know that they would be open to a degree such as mine, engineering companies. So I've learned all about that, and of course the CV service is very useful. So.
Yeah, I have actually, on two counts really. The first one was that I think at this stage it's more about crossing off the things you don't want to do, finding those out before you find that one thing you actually want to do. So that was useful, but also I didn't realise that with a lot of companies that are largely science-based or finance things, which is not something I'm directly interested in, they offer like PR sectors to their own company, and that's quite useful because that's a lot more what I'd be into. I didn't realise that until today, so it was good.